The year is 1998, and in the morning paper there's an advertisement. They need extras for a movie that's to be filmed at Lancaster Valley Village and Farm Museum. It's an Oprah Winfrey production. It's an adaptation from Toni Morrison's novel, Beloved, movie of the same name. And okay, so you need extras. Well, my wife Jan, there she is. She encourages me to sign up for this. Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I'm all in. And that's what I did. And the following day, I find myself in wardrobe. Wow. Now understand, this film is 1850s, 1860s. And they fit me up with these wool clothing, really took me out of character. A blue kerchief and a Tam Lake hat. And I was instructed to go over and get a pair of shoes from a rack. And I went back to the lady and I said to her, nothing's working for me here. She says, well, what you need to do is find a size larger than your feet, and there's newspapers over there. Okay. So that's what I did. And I was sent up to the town square. I was given a big leather satchel, and I waited there. And the first part of this, I was directed in a crowd of people to walk across the town square back and forth. I'm on my way to Hollywood now. Like anybody would recognize me in that crowd. So the next scene was down at the barn. It was a mercantile type of a thing. Man with a wheelbarrow and sacks of grain or whatever in it. And they paired me up with this other guy. And what we were supposed to do when they yelled action, I would be carrying on a conversation with this other guy they paired me up with, another extra. So we're waiting for all this to get set up, and this guy comes out across and he approaches us, and he's speaking to the guy that I'm paired up with. And they have a very brief conversation. And I didn't know who he was. And as he was walking away, I said, trying to keep within the 1850, 60 vernacular, I said, excuse me a minute, sir. If you're looking for the shitter, it's over yonder. He looked at me. He didn't say anything verbally, but his eyes did. And he used a very bad word. The first word he used started with the letter F, and the other one started with the letter Y. The guy says to me that I'm paired up with, he says, do you know who that was? I said, beats me. He says, that's the director of the film. He also directed Silence of the Lambs. Wow. Woo. Well, I guess I'm okay. Not getting, okay, whatever. So soon it became lunch, and then after lunch I was back up the town square with my leather satchel. And I got really bored with the whole thing, and I walked away. And as I walked away across the town square, there was all this activity focused around a country store. There's cameramen, four-position people walking around with these big frames of white sheet-looking things and umbrellas, and wow, what in the world's going on here? And they were all focused on this country store. And on either side of the entrance to the country store, there were two benches with three men on either side. Okay, what's this all about? And then I hear the word action. The men on the benches start conversing. The door opens, and out walks Danny Glover. Oh, my word. I think I recognize this guy. Well, they did about 12 takes of this. And after he was finished, I went up to him. I shook his hand. I pronounced my name rather loudly. Maybe he'd remember it. And I told him I really enjoyed his performance this afternoon. And I told him I thought he was a pretty good actor. Oh, well. You know what? When everything is all said and done and the day comes to a close, I kind of fell short of my dreams of walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and I never did get a call from Danny. I never got a postcard or a call from Oprah. And I really wasn't expecting a call from Jonathan, but I'm sure we could have patched it up after a couple rounds of beer. Well, I tell you what, in my heart of hearts, even though I fell short of my walk down Hollywood Boulevard and maybe making it into the film industry, I am still holding out in my heart of hearts that someday, yes, someday, they're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. I'll play a part that I know so well. It'll be about a man that's sad and lonely, and all I've gotta do is act naturally.